Hello everyone, so today I'm going to be making a video about how to take care of a FlowerHorn. So this is my FlowerHorn, his name is Globo. So first I'm going to give you guys some information on FlowerHorns and then give you guys my care guide. So FlowerHorns are actually called FlowerHorns because they have a black line on their side, and that's considered to be little flowers, and that's how they got their name. Also, you could judge a FlowerHorn's quality from that. If a FlowerHorn has a full line of flowers and a good, nice big cock, their head is called a cock. That's considered to be a really good looking fish and a good quality fish. This is a SRD or Super Red Dragon. It's in the category of Zenzao. There's different types of FlowerHorns. There's Zenzao, Comfas, and other types. So FlowerHorns are a type of cichlid, and they're man-made, so you guys are not going to find them in the wild. FlowerHorns are super aggressive. That's why most people and breeders keep them alone in their own separate tanks. Because if you do put them in other tanks, they will kill other fish. But there's some people that put them in community tanks when they're small, and once the fish matures, it kills other fish. So like I said, the FlowerHorn's head is called a cock, and this is Globo. I have had him for about 11 months. I got him in December 29, 2018. Today is November 1st, 2019. I actually got him from a breeder that lived close by from my house, luckily. I actually live in Illinois. So I got him actually a really good price, and he's quite a fish. He's super aggressive, and also FlowerHorns are very personable fish. Wherever you're gonna walk, wherever you're gonna go, this fish is gonna follow you. It's like a little puppy dog. So now I'm gonna give you guys my care guide. So for a FlowerHorn, you need a pretty big tank. Right here I have a 56-gallon bow front tank. I say 56 or higher tanks for FlowerHorns. What's recommended, in my opinion, is 60 to 75 gallon because FlowerHorn do swim a lot, and you need a pretty tall tank too, because when you're feeding your FlowerHorn, they're gonna go straight up because they can't really see in front of them the food or anything, so they're gonna look up. You need a pretty big length for fish because FlowerHorns do get pretty big. They're about 8 to 12 inches when adults, so width is pretty important for a FlowerHorn too. So next I'm going to talk about temperature. For temperature, I recommend 80 to 86 Fahrenheit. I have tested on my FlowerHorn. I have gone 82 Fahrenheit, 84 degrees, and 86. But 86 was the best for my FlowerHorn because he was more active, he ate more, and he was super aggressive. So FlowerHorns are a warm water fish. Next is a pretty important topic of water changes. Since FlowerHorns are man-made, their immune system is not the strongest, so they do get sick pretty easily. So water changes are super important in FlowerHorns, and I recommend you guys do a water change every week or a few times a month. So you could do like 50%, 75% water changes. Because if you guys don't do water changes, they're gonna get sick. And to tell if sick FlowerHorn, you're gonna first notice is their cock gonna shrink, their head, and it's gonna get all wrinkly and weird looking, shriveled. So water changes are very important in keeping a FlowerHorn. So next I'm going to talk about filters. For my tank, I have a marine land canister filter that's recommended for a 100-gallon tank or 200, I'm not quite sure. So it does keep my water crystal clear. You could also keep them with sponge filters. You could have like one on each side, and sponge filters are really good filters. They buffer the water, so the water quality and clarity is awesome. You could also have hang-on back filters, but they're not as good as a sponge filter or a canister filter. So you need a powerful filter because FlowerHorn do eat a lot, and they do poop a lot. So a powerful filter is really recommended. So next I'm going to give you guys the feeding information. For FlowerHorn, feeding is probably their favorite time. This guy, he's always hungry. If I'm walking by the tank, he's going to follow me. So what I do is I feed my FlowerHorn 3 times a day. So I feed him in the morning, I feed him in the afternoon, and I feed him at night. So morning I feed him around 7 or 8 a.m. Then afternoon I feed him around 7 to 4. And then in the evening I feed him at 8 p.m. So I feed them a few pellets when they're small, like 4 or 5 pellets. But once they're this size, you could feed them a few pellets. And depending on the pellet size, if you're feeding large, I recommend 30 pellets. That's what I feed this guy. So for food, there's different types of food. A lot of people feed them sumo. A lot of people feed them okiko, humpy head, hikari. I have tried many foods, and the best food that I have found is Okiko Platinum. This food has done me wonders. I actually got my FlowerHorn when he was under 2 inches. So I actually got him when he was under 2 inches, like 1.72, that's what the breeder said. He didn't have any of the features that he has right now. His cock was very small. That's going to be normal because when FlowerHorns are small, they're not going to have a giant cock. So I really recommend Okiko Platinum because it's a really good food. Also, for protein, it's 60% fats, 5% fiber, 3% ash, 12% moisture is 10%. So it's a really good food and it's not very expensive. I fed my FlowerHorn sumo, I fed him humpy head, hikari, and they didn't really give me the performance or results as much as Okiko did. Also, for treats, you guys could feed your FlowerHorn freeze-dried krill and bloodworms when they're smaller to get the size and the color of the fish better. And also, you guys could see my tank is bare except for sand. I wouldn't have sand either, but this is in my living room. But usually people keep FlowerHorns in bare bottom tanks because usually FlowerHorns are very aggressive, and if you have any decorations or any type of gravel, they do go and like ram their head at stuff, and if you have any pointy or sharp objects, it will cut or hurt themselves pretty bad. So that's my care guide. FlowerHorns are very easy to keep fish, and they're awesome. It's like owning like a dog, but in a fish form. And I hope you guys like my video. Please like, subscribe. And if you guys have any questions or feeding, I can make more videos for you guys.